Hi, welcome back to the second video in our Robot in a Week challenge. This is still day one, and this is an overview of our scoring and game analysis that we did.
So, as you guys can see, we have split off our analysis into three main functions: auton, tally-up, and endgame. And we went through and tried to think of action verbs that would be needed for the robot for each part. So here in endgame, the biggest things in auton the biggest things that we thought were being able to drive, hold pixels, detect pixels, as well as April tags and whatever your field element will be, score pixels, pick up pixels, and then park at the end.
Go ahead.
Okay, and then for tally-up, we again wanted to be able to drive, but this time we wanted to make sure that we're going to be able to drive underneath the door, and we'll go into specifics later on in the videos. We want to, again, pick up pixels, hold pixels, score pixels, and then we want to be able to lift up pixels or hanging.
Pixels, yeah.
And then we also want to be able to make mosaics on the backboard.
And then coming to endgame, you can see a common theme here is that drive. A lot of these are very common in here, and that's kind of the point. When we do our scoring analysis together, it comes together and it shows us what our most important functions are, and we'll talk about that in a second. But you can see drive, pick up, holding pixels specifically, parking, in the backstage, scoring pixels, hanging the robot, and very importantly, staying hanging after power has been cut is an important function. We see that as being separate from just lifting ourselves on and then launching the drones. So now that we've gone over the high-level functions, we do a little bit more of an overview with the actual scoring potential and try to figure out mathematically what are the most important functions for us to target during this challenge. Okay, so this is our auton function sheet, like revised. You can see we have an action verb, a noun, subject, and, well, maybe it's not the subject, maybe it's the other thing, maybe it's the object. And then there's this is the subject, and then this is the object, and then this is the verb. But basically these form sentences, but very specifically separated in this format. And you can see we ranked driving first in auton, and you can see the remaining of our rankings, and then some more qualitative specifications. So this, while it is words, is actually quantitative data. On FrogForce, we have a FRC game analysis method called FFFD, and it's called FrogForce Functional Deployment. It's based off of QFD from the industry. And the idea is that we want to list out what all the functions we have in a very normalized way that can be processed quantitatively. And that's the reason why, even though we're using words, we have it in this very specific format. We've got the subject, we've got the verb, and we've got the object, and then we've got other stuff, additional information. And you can see all of these are one words. Everything is one word so that we can group them together afterwards. So you can see for auton, for example, we ranked driving to be the most important, holding pixels second most important, and you can read the rest along with these specifications as for how we might want to see it implemented. Then we have the tally-up analysis, which is really similar. We have a rank of all the functions we want to do in the same format. You can see driving again is unsurprisingly ranked first, and then picking up, holding, driving itself under the stage, though you can see this is something specific for tally-up, and then as well as the other things in here. And then for endgame, you can see we have some other similar features. We have driving itself across the field, again the same thing, but notice how we ranked launching the drone to be very important. And again, a lot of this is based off of the importance in terms of scoring, and as well, not just scoring, but also the feasibility of implementation. So then you can see the way that we start the way that we start putting this together in a more systematic way is by doing a full scoring analysis. So we take all of the points that we can score, and based on the score we come up with like a realistic max score, and then we weight each of the autonomous period, or each of the periods. So you can see we have a realistic max auton score, realistic max teleop, and realistic max endgame score. And based on the percentage of that, we come up with a multiplier. And the multiplier is going to be multiplied by each of these ranks in reverse, such that we can come up with our full overall function list. So we can get the weighted score of each of the functions, and you can see, unsurprisingly, driving is most important. Holding pixels is second most important. But you can see very highly ranked is driving itself under the stage door and scoring pixels onto the backdrop, driving itself under the truss. All of these things start to come through after we combine everything together. And then that's the overview of this analysis. So you can take a closer look at this sheet to see what we're going to be prioritizing in the coming days based off of these ranks. Video 2, right? Not scene 2. It's like scene 1 of video 2.
Oh my god.
It doesn't matter.
Take 2 of video 2 scene. Wait, 1 action.
So I'm just gonna let it
If you
record.
touch one, you have to take it.
So you can see.
This is so good.
Go for it.
So this
Is that your
is.
third?
Wait, stop talking for a second.
Interrupting him.
Because this audio is actually. Is this audio going into the video?
The brownie part?
The video isn't. The audio is.
Half cookie is my half cookie, and I broke it. I didn't bite it. If anyone was wondering, you can eat the half of the cookie.
No one.